Good morning. The coffee is brewing. Hear that click? That's the kettle. Let's get the day started. So, how am I feeling? Bit tired, bit groggy. And oh god, reluctant to get things going, to get out there and go. But I'm still gonna do it, even though I'm reluctant. Because there's no other way, right? Life is to be lived whether you want to live it or not. Right. About to get going. Gonna go down to B&Q and see if I can find a ladder. So that's the first mission of the day. There'll be many more missions after. Actually, first mission today, which I'm doing now, is putting on my socks. Hey! You never thought you'd watch a video of a guy putting his socks on. But you just did. So, I'll explain a little bit. So, I live in my house at the moment, and why is the camera wonky? What the heck? What the heck is going on? Hang on. Okay. Don't know what's happening with this camera. Yeah, so I live in this house all by myself. My name's James. I'm from Warrington. Well, that's where I was born. I was born in Warrington. Now, I live in Chorley. Stone's throw from Warrington, not too far away. And the reason I live by myself is that I didn't live by myself for a very, very, very long time. I lived with other people. And so there was much more noise and chaos and friendship and fun and everything you'd see going on in the house. Until recently, when I decided that I was going to have this house to myself and see what that's like. I would say it's been good I've been much more lonely as a result, but I've turned to sort of creative ways of fixing that, like this vlogging. So that's a little about me. Oh, career. You want to know about my career or my job or whatever? So I'm a musician. I play drums primarily. Also do vocals. Also play guitar a little bit and piano a little bit. I always say I'm not very good at either of those. Much better at drums. But yeah, that's what I do. And so did that for a long time. Fucking hell, a long time. Played in a variety of different groups with different people in bands and stuff. And then it all came to an end, sort of. Basically, I bought a house and then really enjoyed the freedom that came along with not having to think about rent payments. And I will still take on work, play music, if and when the right opportunities appear. But I'm not doing anything right now. But I really don't need to. I'm quite happy, quite content living my life the way I already do. I do still play music on a regular basis. That's what I've always wanted to do. It's never been about making money for me. That's never meant anything at all. That's always been a happy side effect of doing the thing that you love. So if it happens, it happens. When I say if it happens, it happens. I mean, if you make money, you make money. And I've never been driven by that as to a reason why I should play music. It's nice to know you've got money, right? But I don't let it corrupt like the core reasons as to what I make music for. What I make music for is the joy and the love of playing music, and I've always been exactly the same way. Is that if I'm not enjoying it, I'm not going to do it. It's as simple as that. I really don't care at all as to what other people will say, because I'm not doing it for them and for their wants and desires. I'm doing it for me. So I think primarily a lot of the time, life is like the battle between good and evil. And if you're on the side of good and you feel as though you're doing something good, if you let enough bad people in to your close contacts, they will do whatever they can to try and corrupt you over to their ways. I think I already have a pretty firm grasp of the way I like to do things. So primarily, it has to feel good. Secondarily, it has to be within the music that I make. There has to be a positive, uplifting message for people. Something that relieves them from their burdens, from their struggles. Like what I was saying the other day about music heals hearts. That's really the way I see it. Now, that doesn't mean there's no time to sort of explore different emotions through music. Of course there is. But it's all got to be done under the context of like we're doing this in a safe and palatable way, and with the consent of all the other musicians who are playing with them. So I think this is the point I'm coming to, is sometimes in a band situation with multiple people playing together, there may be one person or more than one person who wants to push their agenda more than the others in a way that isn't appreciated or understood by the other band members. And in that case, all these other musicians have either got to say, we don't want to do this, and leave, or they have to renegotiate to find a compromise for something that works for all of them. Which is possible, but from my experience, that quite often means taking time and distance away from that person until they're in a healthier and more mature place emotionally and mentally. So basically, the idea of there being a music industry means that there's a push for artists who are part of this industry to be worked in a way that they are constantly on the treadmill, so to speak, always available, always needs to be working on the next thing after they finish the last thing. For me, that's not how it works at all. There has to be breaks, there has to be pauses, there has to be time away. And here's the reason why. I'm completely self-sufficient. As a musician, as a musical artist, I can do everything that I want to do to create music I love for myself, for individuals or groups of people that are close to me. I can do it all by myself. So, if I am to desire to collaborate with a single other person or multiple other people, it has to be for the reasons that they have complementary abilities that will extra magnify in the co-creation that we get together and take a part in. Now, if you take on musical projects purely for monetary financial reasons, you may accept that you have to work with other people that you don't like or don't want to work with just for the money. Right. This is the point we're at. I'm never going to do that. Ever. Working with people that I want to work with, working with the people I like to work with, is worth more than any amount of money to me. Here's why. If you're working with these people and you're making commitments with these people and you're pushing forward into situations with these people that you've chose to work with, that would mean you're going to be spending quite a lot of time with these people, most likely, unless you choose to bow out. So, if you're spending a lot of time with these people, wouldn't you rather spend a lot of time with people you really like to be around, who inspire you, who motivate you, who make you laugh, who you love to play with, play music with, to jam with, to write with, to perform with, everything? Wouldn't you rather choose people that you love, even if you're making less money, even if you're making no money? Doesn't that mean more than any amount of money you could possibly make? There's always going to be money, and there's always going to be new opportunities. You don't have to accept a situation where you feel like you're creating music that's less than your potential brilliance because of the co-collaboration that you're dependent upon with another individual based purely on finances. So that's me vaguely explaining everything that's happened in a roundabout way. But I think that's what I'm coming back to. Like I said yesterday, money's not bad, but I personally wouldn't pick more money if it comes with more stress, more negativity, because it really is incredible the amount that people can bring you down and drain you with their own negativity. And spending more and more time around a negative person you can really suffer internally. And you can also see yourself becoming someone you don't even like anymore. And it does happen sometimes. I guess we're not all just positive people. We're sort of positive, we're negative. You know, we are optimistic, we're pessimistic. It's kind of We're all those things, right? That's part of the great balance and harmony of what makes human life so dynamic, is all those polarities that are balanced out through our personalities. Anyway, this started off as an about me, so yeah, about me. I play music. I have played music for many years, and I aspire to continue playing music for as long as I have the capability to do so, for as long as this body will allow me to. And apart from that, I'm just a person, a friend, a son, an uncle, a brother. Okay, right. I need to go out and get this ladder now. I think it's time. I think I can officially say I finally stopped hibernating for the winter. Back to going outside as often as possible. Damn, these cars are so loud. Some of that was just that, some of that me not going out so much over the winter was to do with just ending up being skint and thinking, oh, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to have nothing to do. Just can't spend any money. I always hate that. But fingers crossed that's sorted now. So I don't think that'll be happening again. And it's starting to get a little bit warmer, which is great news. That just means it's a little bit less miserable and a little bit less suffering to actually just leave the house. Same as always, sugar free, no free sugar. Just on the walk down towards B&Q. Not looking forward to this. Oh, just got home after picking up this ladder from B&Q, carrying it all the way back. It wasn't easy. It wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy. It's probably just about the kind of task that I can actually manage to pull off. But now, got one problem solved, another fucking problem appears. These earphones. Oh, Jesus. These earphones aren't working. Specifically, the left one. This one doesn't seem to charge. Oh, it's fucking got a light on now. Okay, maybe it's working, I have no idea actually. But recently they've not been very reliable. But there was some like bits of like fluff, like pocket lint stuck to the bottom of one of the earphones in the little metal piece, which is obviously how it charges. And then I pulled it out and had a look inside the earphone case, and there was a bit of fluff down there at the bottom as well, near the little metal piece where it charges. So that could have been what was stopping it from charging. And I used a little pin to scrape all that stuff off. But then after that, I put it back in and thought, okay, let's see if it works. And it still wasn't working. But then now, randomly, just as I started to film it, it's just started blinking with the light. I see that light that's on the earphones. That wasn't coming on before. Now it's coming on. So, unexplainable as to why that's happened. So, I'm just taking a little break again because it's quite hard work shifting that ladder. And I was walking super fast. And so, I'm going to sit here for a little bit, drink an energy drink. Got the second one that I bought earlier. And then I was going to go out and get headphones, but it looks like I'm not going to now. I will still go out, but I guess I'll be just more on the hunt for some content. So, what else can I show you? Here's my food stocks. See all those pies at the back? Those tins? They're Fray Bentos pies. Got just chicken, steak and kidney. I've tried most of them. I realised that I don't like the minced beef and onion one that much. But the ones that I did like were the chicken one and the steak and kidney one. I went in Poundland recently, and sorry, I really need to blow my fucking nose. I went in Poundland and I saw these two other Fray Bentos pies that they had. One of them was like all day breakfast, and then the other one was like I think it was like curry or something. But they were both very different. And I did think maybe I should try those out. See what they're like. Basically, what you can see here is my food stocks of long-lasting sort of tinned goods. There's more down there. That's all corned beef, mussels, and some other stuff. Got loads of different kinds of curry ones, chicken tikka masala, stuff like that. But the point in all this food is not it's not what I eat, day to day. It's like a stock, it's like a reserve, long lasting stuff. That will be there in case of emergency, in case of shortage. And we'll see how long it lasts for. It's kind of an experiment. It's like, how long do these canned foods actually last for? Like, I don't know when I'm going to end up eating them. I could open it in like 5 years, and then it's just like gross and inedible. Um, but I don't know. Maybe I should just start eating it all before it goes off, quote unquote. But we'll see. I've probably got too much stuff, but too much stuff is way better than having not enough stuff, right? Because if anyone ever says, "Oh, I'm so hungry, I've got no food, I've got no money," stuff like that, I'll just be like, "All right, well, just nip round to mine. I'll fill up a carrier bag with a bunch of stuff. If they got an oven, if they got a pan, if they've got a gas stove, then they'll have something to eat." So that's what it's there for. It's there for me if I'm in need. It's there for others if they're in need. That's the entire point. That's the entire purpose. Okay, I'll show you some other stuff. Here's some golf clubs. Now, I got these golf clubs for free from a guy that I know. And the plan was to sell them. Haven't gotten round to it. Haven't even attempted to check the price of any of them. That was the idea, was I was going to take each club out individually, figure out how much it's worth, and then list it up on, I don't know, Facebook Marketplace, and then see if anyone wants to buy them and just sell them all individually. See how much money I could make. It's a great idea, but I haven't bothered to do it. So they're still sitting there. I might do it at some point. I don't know. I suppose I should. Really. I actually I've got to be in the mood for like, oh, let's experiment with this. Because I have used Facebook Marketplace a little bit. I've listed rooms for rent back when I was renting out rooms. And so, you know, someone wanted to send me a message, "Hey, I'm looking for a room." I'd say, "Okay. Come meet me, have a look around at the place. We'll have a chat for a bit and I'll see what I think." And anyway, so that was my experience with Facebook Marketplace. And I think that's the thing about it, is that if I was listing these golf clubs, I'm not really doing it for the money. I'm doing it just for out of interest of like, oh, this is something I've not really done before. It's a bit of an experiment. And, you know, someone else who really wants to play golf might get good use out of them. I don't play golf. I'm not opposed to the idea. I could play golf. I would play golf, I suppose. I'd give it a go. But I've not really been invited to play, or I'm not really taking the initiative to play myself. But I guess I've got the clubs there if I ever do want to. So yeah, that's the golf clubs. Okay, next thing. Skateboard. So I started skateboarding at quite a young age. I'm not sure exactly. It's very hard to remember. If I was going to guess, I'd say it was probably around like 9. It could have been younger than that. It was a really small little board. I can remember what the board looked like, and it had like plastic stoppers underneath the lip and stuff. But we had like I guess a pretty big driveway in the house where I lived growing up in Warrington, and so I just used to roll around the driveway on my little skateboard, and I think I got used to the sort of balance of how to ride it. And I see lots of people who basically when they if I have my skateboard or something, because I still do go skateboarding like very rarely. Um, if they have a go and I'm say, "Oh, have you ever skated before?" and they say, "No, I don't know how to do it," and stuff, they'll stand on the board and they're not even sure how to balance, how to sort of roll around, how to just move on the board. And I go, "Wow, that's that's so crazy!" Like I learned that when I was like 9 years old, and so I carried on skating because I had mates who were skating, um, especially in high school. When I got to high school, there was a few people who I knew who skateboarded, so we'd all go skateboarding together, and they were some of my sort of closest mates at the time. Um, and it was just something to do more than anything. I was never really very good at it. It took me a really long time to figure out how to ollie, and then eventually I learned how to kickflip, and I learned how to drop in to the ramps, which is terrifying at first. um, and then riding around on the ramps, um, which is sort of a skill that you have to develop. You have to get used to the feeling of trying to balance that. It's not so easy. And when I was a kid, my dad would occasionally take us out on a weekend. He'd take us to like the skate park, and my little brother would be on his bike, and I'd be on my board, and we'd just ride around for a bit, and my dad would just hang out with us, and that was like the time that we spent with him, you know. Um, so we always used to do that. We always used to go to this one specific park, which is not too far from where we lived, and we'd roll around there for a bit, and it was good fun. So I've currently got 2 skateboards, and like I said, I do still go out occasionally, even at age 32. Unbelievable, hey? Um, I I still like it at least a little bit, but I I don't quite have the excitement for like physical activities that I used to. Um, I think I get bursts of energy from time to time where I feel more like it, but it just sort of comes around when it comes around. Okay, next thing. Got an iron up there. And there's also an ironing board. So you know why I've got an iron and an ironing board. It's to iron clothes, obviously. You know how many times I've used that since I bought them both? 0. I just don't see the point. Like, I'm a musician, okay? I wear my clothes all wrinkled, and that's part of my casual style. I have got some suits. You can see one of my suits there, the green one. And I guess if I'm wearing a suit, I don't like to be all wrinkled. So I guess that's what the iron's for. But I'm not even sure you're supposed to iron these suits. I checked the label; they said dry clean only. But you know what that means? That means that I'm never going to clean them ever. That means that if this suit just reeks of sweat, I'm just gonna cover it in aftershave, and fuck knows. Oh, I'll just buy a new suit. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'll rethink that theory. Maybe I'll just take them for dry cleaning. I've literally never dry cleaned anything ever. So right, so you see, you're getting to see now where my strengths and weaknesses lie, right? Okay, next thing. Dreamcatcher and a giant mattress, which is just squashed into the corner of the room. There's lots of things that I just sort of go, right, I'll just put that there, and then we'll just act like everything's fine. And then it's like 6 months later or 2 years later, and he's like, people come around and go, oh, you got a big mattress in the corner. Like, oh yeah. That's about it. So we do have some fun, don't we? Here is my mug that I had my morning coffee in, and it's a celebratory cup for The Sound of Music. You know how much I love music. Anyway, gotta go. We're going to be heading out again soon, so let's go. Started listening to music. Forgot to keep me in the vlog. Just been out and about, having a few drinks. Nothing alcoholic. It's just energy drinks. There's one drug that I love. It's caffeine. My favourite one. Anyway, just headed down the street now. About to catch up for... Wait, what am I trying to say? About to catch up... Wait, no, it doesn't make any sense. About to meet up for a coffee for a catch up. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's where I'm going. Starbucks down here. Headed in that direction. Apart from that, I'm all gravy, baby. Really. I'm all good. I'm enjoying listening to my music. The earphones have miraculously started working again. I guess it was something to do with that piece of fluff that was jamming the charging. So, anyway, more caffeine, followed by more caffeine, followed by more caffeine, followed by more caffeine. That's the plan, really. It doesn't get much deeper than that. I'm really trying to rack my brains to come up with some sort of elaborate, like, incredible explanation of, like, here's what we're doing today, or here's what I'm doing right now. Basically, can't really argue with the truth, and it's not always great or as grand as it seems to be, but that is truly what I'm trying to document. It's just absolute 100% real life at its realist. I'm not trying to over-exaggerate the terribleness of it. I'm not trying to over-exaggerate the greatness. It's just a clear, captured image of life. Right, that's all I want to do. So, I'm inspired by a bunch of different bloggers that are doing basically a version of that. And I think a lot of what you see is that they over-exaggerate, over-emphasize how great the great things are. There's some people that just do that, and they never touch on the negative whatsoever. And then you've got the other side of that, which is the people who overemphasize how terrible things are, and they never touch on the positive. It's got to be a bit of a balance of both, and just no need to exaggerate about anything. Why not just keep it all nice and balanced and just say, I'm capturing life as it is, whether it's good or bad, that's what it is. So Lewis, what is blood and why do we have it?
Blood is the only cell in your body without a nucleus, and it's needed because it also contains. There's millions of them, and it's all created. But it's needed because it carries oxygen from your lungs to your cells, and then it trades it with carbon dioxide, and then you breathe out carbon dioxide. But you need to do that because if you didn't have oxygen in your blood, you wouldn't be able to make energy. And if you can't make energy, you just die.
So, can you actually lose blood and then still survive?
Yeah, they say you can lose 2 litres of blood, don't they?
Really?
Yeah.
How much blood do you have in your body?
You have 3.5 litres of blood.
3.5 litres, and you can lose 2 litres.
Yeah, you still survive. But...
So you can lose almost most of the blood that you've got, and you still be alive.
Yeah. But you die very. You have to get medical attention at that point.
Yeah, you obviously fucking need medical attention. I just wanted to test out Lewis's camera skills. So we were talking about blood, so I thought I'd ask him about blood. Had a good coffee with Lewis in Starbucks. I actually had 2 coffees, unbelievably. We had a good chat. I got that little clip of him talking about blood. That's what we were talking about. Sort of science and biology and stuff like that. So he's just left. We just had a bit of a walk around, a good chat, and now he's headed off to do his course. He's doing a bricklaying course. Good for him. I've just stopped up at Morrison's. I got to grab some food, something to eat for when I get back. So, not sure what I'm going to get yet. Gonna have a look. Probably pizza again. That is literally the #1 food in my world. So that's that. I'll see you in a bit. Whew. Now then. Can't say that anymore, can you? So, just got back from Morrison's. You're never going to believe this. I've only gone and done a bloody Michael Barrymore. What, loads of food from the supermarket? I'll show you what I got. Got 2 bags. Okay, bag #1. What have we got? One by one. Mighty Meaty pizza, okay? See the price on that? £5, yeah? You're going to be amazed in a minute. Then, got 2 of these. Ready to eat pigs in blankets. Reduced. Not bad. Right. Mozzarella. We're going to see what's going to happen with this mozzarella. I've got big plans. Got 3 mozzarellas. Reduced as well. Was £1.30, now 52p. Can you believe it? Oh, amazing, isn't it? Right. Big Lurpak lighter. Thought I'd try the lighter one. They didn't have the regular one. I wanted the regular one. I wanted the big one. And then 3 pieces of brie. They're all different prices, but they're all reduced. Was £1.98, now £1.29. Good stuff. You know how much I love some cheese. I love a bit of cheese. Righty ho. Small pizza, stuffed crust, barbecue chicken and bacon. Can you believe it? £6.
I've done it again. Complained about the prices. Still went back for more. Can you believe it? Okay. Rolls. Mixed pack of rolls. Reduced. Okay. Speed through the next bit. Black pudding. Bit of berry. Oh, focus, focus. Berry black pudding. 2 of them. Beautiful. Right. There we go there. Got a beer. Let's crack a beer. Okay. Now, frozen. Skin on fries. 2 of them. What we're going to do with them is we're going to do fries in the oven, pork mince, fried up, pork on top, cheese, sauce. That's what we're going to do. Right, haggis. Yum, yum, yum. Scottish delight. Sour cream and chive dip. That's going to go on the loaded fries. That's what I'm going to be doing, loaded fries. Chili cheese dip, same story, loaded fries. Might even put some black pudding on there. There we go, that's it. Shopping done. 2 bags. Woo! 2 bags of crap. Michael Barrymore style. I'm going to have to start filming my shopping trips. Just like Michael Barrymore. If you haven't seen him, check him out. Because it'd be nice to give that a shot, you know, see how much I can get away with filming in the shop. Oh, Jesus. Spin that around. Okay. Yeah, I want to see how much I can get away with filming in the shop. I don't want to get banned. That is a nice beer. That is really nice. This is one of the ones I got for Christmas. Okie dokie, karaoke. So, yeah, that's the next. That's the next few meals sorted. I'd say more than a few. I got loads of pork mince that I bought probably a week ago. That's been in the freezer. And I was thinking, what can I do with that? What can I do with that? I figured it out. Loaded fries. Fry up the pork mince. Add some extra little bits and pieces, you know. Make it fancy. And then mince on top of the fries. Get the fries nice and crispy. And then sauces and cheese. Oh yes. One of these. Supreme. Chef's kiss. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh dear. I sound like a certain someone. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh my God. Right. I'm going to chill out, sip on my beer, and see what's coming. Me and Lewis, we both discussed video ideas in that Starbucks. So that's the new thing now, is what's going to make a good video? I had my idea. I've only got one so far. But in general, my YouTube, the James Atkinson YouTube, is basically and mostly going to be all about me. Me, 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 me. This is the one place that if you want more of me, 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 James Atkinson, that's me. Look down there. See that? Right. This is the place to be if you want some more of me. That's it. And if you're not interested, go watch KSI or some shit, you know? That's it. If you want to watch me, watch me. Now, there's someone for everyone in the world, right? And we all have our teams, we all have our sides that we stick to and that we like. And, you know, some people break that up into politics, left and right, all that jazz. Some people break that up into profession. Some people break that up into interests. There's so many ways to break things up, break things down. Here's the thing. There's one thing we all share. We're all human. That's the most important thing. Go look on YouTube and you will find lots and 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 lots of brilliant, beautiful people living their lives perfectly. I don't want them to change a thing. I think the majority of people are beautiful and brilliant. Now, you can always give a nicely worded piece of criticism if it is written with love and care and attention and thought. However, what? Oh no. Oh no. My brain. Where is it going? Okay. Anyway, there's always going to be more to see. There's always going to be more. There's always going to be more. There's always going to be more. That's all you need to know. There's another day. There's another dollar. There's another smile. There's another thought. There's another mate. There's another friend. There's another lover. There's another game to play. There's another way to go. There's another street to walk down. There's another house to move to. There's another career to find. There's another passion. There's another interest. There's always more. Remember that. There is a light in the darkness. There is hope. If you ever find yourself feeling hopeless, just remember that. All right. More coming. See you in a bit. It's been a couple of hours since the last shot. Maybe more. Now, I didn't film anything because got a knock at the door and it was Andy. Andy was here. So he said he wanted to come in. I said, all right, come on. Sat down, had a few cups of tea. And just watched a few documentaries. We watched one about a band called UFO. My first time seeing them. That was alright. Not bad. Then one about the Doors. Then we watched one about Jimi Hendrix. So we watched, I guess, 3 documentaries. I guess that was about 3 hours. Didn't feel like 3 hours, went quite quick. And then we had some good conversations. Got cobwebs on my head. Just been up into the loft with the ladder. And I'm actually super surprised, but massively relieved to see that everything's in ship shape. It's all good. So I don't know what this dripping sound is.
But I'm going to have to figure it out. One way or another. I might need a plumber to give me a hand. Oh well. I'll figure it out. I'm still on the fence about moving. It's probably going to be a spur of the moment decision. I'll have to go into a estate agent, talk to them, and see what they've got to say. Just want to get away from all the idiots. There's too many of them. Might never get away from all the idiots. Realistically, I could move somewhere else and then there's even more idiots. So, but maybe that's not what it's all about. Maybe I'm just looking for a new bit, new streets to look at. I mean, just different faces, different places. Change where you are, change the way you think. Feel better. It does work. That's why I'm always travelling. I love travelling. Not captured any of it on camera, but that's what's so great about me now having this camera is like all my future adventures are all going to be caught on camera. It's going to be so cool. So tomorrow, I think I'm going to do a special video. I'm going to go out somewhere else, do something different. I'm going to capture it all on the cam. So, this is it for today. I hope you had a good one. I know I did. Another day, another adventure. Another smile, another laugh, another interesting conversation. Like I said before, there's always more. I love that. I want life to go on. I want life to continue. I love my life. I really do. I really love my life. I'm overjoyed. I can't emphasize enough how happy I am to wake up every day and think, yes, another one. It's great. And so I'm really enjoying the YouTube experiment. And I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep going. All right. Ciao for now.